My attempt at trying to predict Chapter 6 Dark World is going to be this video, but that one is proving to be much more difficult to figure out, and it's also why I took longer to make something. So, for your bi-weekly nightmare, but I dare refer to as a video, you're getting Chris's ralsei theory, the greatest Deltarune crack theory of all time. It's like, kind of a crack theory? Sort of, maybe, kind of? We'll get into that, don't worry. Ralsei is Kris. What a bold claim to be making. What do I have to back this? It's, like, 4 things. And the most pivotal part is kind of missing. But like the rest of it's all there. Kind of, sort of. This is all kicked off my mind by 2 things in Chapter 5. First, ralsei uses fire magic. Really big reveal, ralsei is capable of offense and has fire magic. That's something the Dreamers had in Undertale. Toriel, Asgore, not Asriel to my knowledge, but these kind of look like fire sprites, and if Asriel survived, he probably would have been capable of using fire magic. Judging by Undyne in Chapter 3, the capabilities of Undertale characters carry over to Deltarune, so presumably the Dreamers can also use fire magic. The second part, which is what really got me thinking about this, is what Asgore says before the night takes him. This sticks out to me. Ralsei does not look exactly like Asriel, and this has probably been established in obscure text I cannot find, but can also be seen by using your eyes. But he resembles him. Now, what do we know about Kris's childhood? They were an orphaned human adopted by the Dreamers who didn't quite understand if they were like their family, as can be seen with Toriel remembering times they would ask when their horns would grow in. To make them feel safe and belonging with their family, Asgore and Toriel bought a headband with horns on it. Over time, they grew out of this and have seemingly accepted their humanity, but Toriel notes that she doesn't know what happened to that headband. Do I believe in headband theory? Well, kind of, sort of. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then there's ralsei going by they/them for about 1 line of dialogue, specifically in the power menu when they get the Dark Vine title. I don't count Asgore referring to ralsei as they, that's just him not making assumptions and being a progressive king. Now, saying that ralsei identifying with they for 1 line dialogue instead of them being Kris, who also uses they, is a bit absurd, but let's just be honest, the trans ralsei arc is incoming. Not necessarily trans femme ralsei, just not he/him ralsei. You can deny it, but you know, there are signs, like ralsei deciding they want to be their own unique person with likes, dislikes, and presumably identity, and also the ice cream, among others. All of this has led to me half-jokingly, half-seriously believing that ralsei is Kris. Not in the very literal way of ralsei being Kris, but that they're a manifestation who Kris thought they were as a child. Why else would ralsei's name being anagram of Asriel and their appearance so similar to a dreamer that Asgore thought they resembled Asriel? It's because Kris wanted to be like their brother and their family. It could also explain why ralsei is so fond of Kris, not just because Kris is their friend and potentially love interest. I mean, I ship ralsei, but also because they are ralsei, and yet simultaneously they are not ralsei. Ralsei is independent of Kris, as can be seen in these fucking beautiful end credits. It's just so beautiful! And ralsei is present in Castletown, even as Kris walks home. Not to mention the fact that they are their own separate individuals. If this was too confusing to comprehend, frankly, I don't blame you. But I can compress it into a very simple, sort of joke, sort of serious equation. Ralsei is a manifestation of young Kris's self-insert monster Goatsona. This would also make kralsei an extremely convoluted set of self-cest, but not really. But every horrific Deltarune theory needs a name. Krizel Knight, chess theory. I'm gonna call it kralsei theory. Is this a way to capitalize on people searching up kralsei? Yes! And also I couldn't come up with anything better. But what is ralsei? Not who they are, I mean what object. Well, that's the thing, I don't know for certain. It's honestly my biggest mystery, excluding the knight's identity and what's actually happening in the story. It could be the headband, yes, that's a possibility, but there is 1 line of Flowery dialogue that makes me question this. Flowery questions the true futility of defying fate when he calls ralsei an impossibility. Now what could this mean? Perhaps ralsei isn't a traditional Darkener, but rather something unique. if they do represent a version of Kris, perhaps it's to do with the determination that Kris has, creating a dark world entity completely separate from an object in the light world. Yeah, this is where the crack theory part comes into full effect. This is absolutely the shakiest part. And that's the theory. This is just something I thought of and wanted to make a video about. I do genuinely believe this is the direction the story might go, but right now it is effectively just speculation. Please tell me what you think of this video in the comments, and anything you want to add to it, or state to try and disprove it. I'll be back soon with another video. I'm hoping to get that Dark World video out, but that one's kind of hard, and I don't really know how to structure it. So we'll see how it goes.